now let's get ready to talk about this movie, which is a very dark territory. Not just you're getting K-pop Demon Hunter, Ariel, and even Blade Heart, I meant to said. It's like a wedding action buddy movie, which is some stupid, honestly. I would have watched Bridesmaid instead of watching the action version of that movie, which fuck it. And now we're getting another movie, which is coming out the same day as Ariel. Ariel, I meant to say Ariel, whatever we call that movie. K-pop Demon Hunter. And last night reads Blade Heart. Blade Hard, meant to said. Which is none other than a horror thriller 1 hour and 55 minute, a R-rated horror film, which is none other than 28 years later. The sequel, the follow-up to Days Later and Week Later. Let's get started before I stutter. Once again, here we go. Hello fellas, what the search? My name is Nick Hicks, Studio Lounge here. So let's talk about the new horror film, which is coming out tomorrow, the same day as Ariel, K-pop Demon Hunter, and last night reads Blade Heart. Hard, Meta said. Hard, not hot, hard. It's like an action buddy movie, which... Let's continue. So we're going to talk about a movie called 28 Years Later. So I haven't seen the 28 Days Later and Week Later because I was not familiar with this franchise, and that is the main reason why I don't even bother to do a trailer reaction of that, because I gotta watch the first film and then I gotta watch the sequel, and then on my Halloween review week I will definitely watch this film, because I'm not in a hurry watching horror movie these days, because I'm saving my horror movies to my Halloween review week. And Senator, yeah, that's a different story, because that's a one horror film I need to hurry. Like Final Destination Bloodline and 28 years later, I swear to God, if I stutter on that title one more freaking time, I swear to God, I am going to be angry as much as anger from Inside Out. So, enough further ado, let's check out the review, let's check out how the box office go, the box office production, and I'm going to compare it to the box office to this movie in area. And last night we're going to check out some screening, and then we can be done. So, enough further ado, let's get ready for this rage virus, shall we? So, 28 years later, which is a 1 hour and 55 minute, which might be the longest movie out of the trilogies or franchise, whatever you call it. And this is a horror, mystery, and thriller film about what happened to a terrifying event, which is none than a rage virus. And I hope the society don't do that. Please, I beg you, for all things holy. So this movie got a 94% on Rotten Tomatoes. Well, originally this film was in the 100%, but this film is in the 94%. Even higher than Ariel? Man, Pixar, that is such embarrassment. Like, how on earth that a horror movie that I didn't even submit, and that guy scared the frick out of me. So are you telling me that this movie right here, would get that Blade Hard out of my face? Well, Blade Hard, I meant to say. It's like an action buddy movie, which I don't give a darn. And I don't give a sitch at the same time. I say sitch, not the other one, I'm not stupid. I wasn't born yesterday. Like, how on earth that a Sony Jesus horror movie, 28 years later, got way more better review more than Area, which is a movie, got a 80%. Well, originally it was 80%, but it went up into 82% or 81%, which who cares? But anyway, so are you telling me that this movie got way more higher than the original Pixar film? Yeah, Pixar, that is such embarrassment. Which I gotta say, I was really shocked and I was not prepared for this Rotten Tomato rating, because I thought this film was gonna get an okay rating, because it's been a while that this franchise what's going on, honestly. Like, I have no idea what the last movie that I have from this franchise, like, I don't know, like 28 a week later, which I might watch up for my Halloween review week leading up to this movie, honestly. Because the main reason why I want to watch this movie on my Halloween review week is because of the fact that I want to correct. Honestly, I just want to organize some horror film, which is Senator, Final Destination Bloodline, and I'll be watching all these film, including Bring Her Back. Oh god, I'm gonna get my vomit back. Oh my god, I heard that film was controversial. Thanks to Money Per Fanboy, you remind me about that. Yeah, I'm part this film might be even more disturbing than Bring Her Back. That's the only A24 movie I refuse to watch, and don't force me to. So I beg you for all things holy. So I was very shocked and very speechless about this rating because I thought this film was gonna get a 60% or even worse a 50%. But I did not expect this to be a 94%. Yeah, even higher than the original Pixar film. Such embarrassment. And of course, this film got a 7.4 out of 10 on IMDb. Yup, even higher than Ariel. Man. Why is the original Pixar film is getting treated like dirty? They are treating the original Pixar film not like Inside Out 2. No, they are treating the original Pixar film like it as bad as much as Wish, which is some stupid because Wish is the most underrated film ever made, and I did not care what the haters said, and I did not care what Blanche and Alex say. So you two, go fuck yourself. Yeah, this film got a 7.4 out of 10 on IMDb, and they have no rating on Megascore. But when this film come out tomorrow, I'll talk about the Megascore next time. So yeah. And of course, let's check out the box office. I'm gonna compare it to this box office to area box office once again. So on my last video, honestly, do you remember that the new Pixar film is on track to earn Pixar worst opening weekend ever and domestically what a 200 million, and the film have a budget to 150 millions, which is really god awful and pointless. Which honestly, I already know that people is going to give us the excuse and keep saying, Nick, you don't understand the original Toy Story film. This is the exact same, guys. There is a difference between with the original Toy Story box office and this movie box office. The main reason why that the original Toy Story box office was kind of good and kind of bad at the same time is because of the fact that that is the very first computer animated movies, and that is the very first movie that got introduced from Pixar. But honestly, in this movie, honestly, this movie have no excuse to earn Pixar worst opening weekend ever. Yep, even worse than Lightyear, even worse than Elemental, and even worse than re-released Pixar films such as Soul, Luca, and even better, Turning Red. So, and honestly, that's not saying a lot because those three Pixar films, it got treated by dirty. Honestly, all thanks to Bob Chapek. Cannot stand that prick. But anyway, so I'm probably remember about that in on my last videos. But look how 28 years later earned. 28 years later is on track to earn 28 million and 30 millions on a domestic box office opening weekend, and the budget was 60 million, and the highest opening of the trilogies. Yeah, please don't tell me that this movie is going to be hard to a original Pixar film. And to be honest, which movie I'm gonna see? 28 years later or the new Pixar film? Well, honestly, I really enjoy watching every Pixar film in theaters. Well, Toy Story 5 is a different story because I refuse to watch a piece of garbage. But anyway, so honestly, I did ask my mom, and yes, my mom would definitely take me to see this movie because that's my summer tradition because I really enjoy watching Pixar film on June because that's my family tradition and that's my summer tradition. Just like you go into the theater and watch a Disney film on every November for your Thanksgiving tradition, but in summer you have a summer break by watching these movies for the summer on your traditions. So yeah, there are absolutely no excuse that this film is on track to earn 20 million. Sorry, sorry about that. And honestly, there are absolutely no excuse that this film cost 300 million. Like, there are absolutely no excuse that this film is actually a budget to 100 millions. But look at the budget for this film. This budget is like a low budget. It's like a 60 millions, which I already know that's not a lot. Which honestly, I just want Disney to make a low budget film instead of paying 300 million to make a movie about a kid. A dream become an alien. Like, that is so stupid. Like, seriously. Even I'm very excited, and honestly, and I cannot wait how this film turned out. But at this point, Disney, I don't think sci-fi movie is a good idea because every time you make a sci-fi movie, it always be a box office bomb, and that's a fact. Just like Treasure Planet. Anyway, so 28 years later, walking to 56 million. Okay, now wait a second. So I thought this film is gonna... Honestly, I thought this film is going... I'm sorry. So I thought this film is on track to earn 28 million and 30 millions. So I put they lied to me. So I put a deadline, give a box office, right, honestly. So 20 years later, walking to 56 million, WW opening, Ariel opening with 50 millions, WW as the Dragon looked the Lord, US box office, oh my god. Don't tell me that those two films is going to not do well because a lot of people keep spending the money for live action remake. God mercy's on the soul. What kind of society we're living in that people seeing live action film instead of original and sequel and prequels? Live action remake, go fix yourself. Who's that? Oh, it's probably the boogeyman. Honestly, I probably it was a boogeyman for Rise of the Guardians. Not just kidding. But anyway, so let's read this box office, shall we? Sony Jesus, yeah, I have to say Sony Jesus because Kyle owns Sony now, not the CEO. I was just saying. Sony Jesus and Danny post-apocalypse, a dead people reveal 28 years later, open Friday along with the Disney and Pixar original sci-fi Ariel. Yeah, when you say Disney and Pixar original sci-fi, yeah, probably some people would turn down about that. Which I'm very glad that film is getting positive review. Yeah, take that Jimmy for Giga Gamer and take that Outpost go fix yourself. I mean it. Which are looking at the global start of the 56 million and 50 millions. And together with Universal and DreamWorks Animation, How to Train Your Dragon, which is expected to hold at the No One with a 40 million second weekend, the three movie looks to make around $90 million. Domestically broke out that 28 million and 30 million for 28 years later, and 20 million for Ariel. Why is it a minute of money doesn't the massive second weekend take of Inside Out 2 a year ago, 101.2 million, and and the two wise entering of the future, demanding of the summer box office with a that been all season long, no. Yeah, I'm going to be thinking that live action How to Train Your Dragon, which is a very catch-grabable piece of crap. Actually, I am so worried that the fact that How to Train Your Dragon live action remake is going to make more money, going to make more bank than 28 years later in Ariel. Guys, you see what I'm talking about? I'm getting sick and tired that live action remake keep making more money than ever. So are you honestly that's found a hypocrite, you ask me? Because this is the same person who said Disney Snow White is the worst live action remake ever, and your boys are Paul, Rachel Zegel, and Gal Gadot. Like, honestly. So do you hate Snow White remake? Correct. So why on the Neptune and the Stitch that you're spending your money for Lilo and Stitch remake and How to Train Your Dragon remake? And don't even said that Disney, this is how you make a remake. No, How to Train Your Dragon live action remake is like the same old movie, the same old concept, and the same old storyline, just like the first movie. And actually, I think the sequel is going to be even worse because the sequel is going to rehash to one of my favorite movies of 2014. Yeah, I already know that Mitchell said that because 6 is his favorite, but doing 2, I don't want to copy him anymore. So that's why I decided to put How to Train Your Dragon 2 as my favorite movie from 2014. And if the live action remake is coming out in 2027, God boosting on the soul. So let's check out the 28 years later opening night fan event and look at this. This fan event is very huge. Right, let me grab my pen real quick, Kel. Here I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, shoot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53. 53 people. And look at this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 people. Dude, this is a Pixar film, not a freaking Lionsgate movie, darn it. Like, we got 50 people in the fan event for tonight at 7 o'clock showing for 28 years later opening night fan event. So are you telling me that a horror film got way better fan event than the Buddy fan event? Come on, Pixar, do better than that, man. Dude, this is even worse than Disney Snow White screening because the Disney Snow White screening was empty. Well, even that screening was god-awful because it just shows that people just really want to review bomb, and I'm gonna do a random review bomb because that review bomb is very pointless and very stupid. And I'll probably Andro Entertainment would definitely agree with me. Yes, I already know that his name was originally Andro Epic Production, but he changed his name to Andro Entertainment. So we're gonna call him that instead of you know what. His original username is in Dumpster Fire, and in that original username, which is Andre 100. Honestly, that's name can go in. Can go and kiss my butt. So sorry. Anyway, so let's check out some screening for 28 years later, and then we can be done. We'll check out for 12 o'clock. Okay, got some couple of people. Got a couple of customers. Not bad. All right, what about 1 o'clock? Like that very well. All right, what about 3 o'clock? Okay, getting some people, I see. All right, what about 4:15? Wow, that's what I'm talking about. All right, what about 8 o'clock? Oh, okay, not bad. All right, what about 10? Is it 10 o'clock? Yeah, it's 10 o'clock. Well, even if you have a bunch of people, but at least it's doing a lot better than the one Pixar film which is coming out. Hey, I'm in 10 o'clock. All right, what about 11 o'clock? 1 people. Yep. You got 1 people. Yep. All right, what about Ariel? What about this movie? All right, let's check out for 3:15. Embarrassment. All right, what about 5:45? I gotta say, Rudy 3D screening is not bad, but let's check out my screening. We'll check out for 2. Okay, got some couple people. Okay, get a couple people. Get a couple people for your customer to see Pixar film. It's your summer tradition. Like, whoever don't see Pixar film in theaters for the summer, there's something wrong with you. Alright, let's check out for 4:30. Alright, I think the screening is not gonna be my Snow White screening after all. Alright, what about 6:45? I promise you guys, I won't be trusting the Snow White remake because I think that, hey, it's going way too far. I might make a video about that. You know what? What's not? Because I think the internet is going to get on me. Yeah, it can show that people can be a psychopath these days. Oh my goodness. Oh, no. I do not like that. Yeah, I'm in the 6:45 screening, and look at this. Look at this. Yep, Joker 2 screening. Am I right? Hey, alright, what about 9:15? Oh my lord. So I'm really thinking 28 years later got way better screening more than Ariel. My god, come on, Pixar, get your crap together. Alright, let's check out for Noblesville. So here's your people, right? So let me count it real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You got 8 people. Alright, what about 3:10? 1, 2, 3. Yep, you got 3 people. Alright, what about the other one? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, you got 4 people. Alright, what about this one? Alright, we got 1, 2. Yep, you got 2 people. So you got some people in the screening for 20 years later. Alright, last but not least, let's check out for Noblesville for Ariel. Okay, let's check out for 3D. Alright, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, you got 7 people. Alright, what about 2? What about 2? Staying well. Okay, I'm doing pretty good. Okay, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, you got 18 people. Not bad. Alright, what about 4:50? 2 people. Come on, man, you know better. Alright, what about 7:40? Barnacle. Fish paste. So I'm really thinking 20 years later got way better booking than your screening more than Ariel. Come on, man. This is a Pixar film. Like, how on earth we go to Inside Out 2, and now we go into the sci-fi original Pixar film? Yeah, at this point, I just really want Disney to stop making those sci-fi movies, because every time they make a sci-fi movie, the movie always bomb. Like, look at Treasure Planet. Look at The Lost Empire. Well, Well, even that film do not count as a sci-fi movie, but it's a adventure movie, so that does count. So I just want Disney to stop with the sci-fi movie. Every time you do a sci-fi movie, it always bomb. Wait, look at Treasure Planet. Look at A Lost Empire. Look at Lightyear. And look at this movie right now. And look at Strange World. Yeah, that was a movie that got killed for Walt Disney Animation Studio Library. Yeah, mark my word, Frozen 2 and Tangled are a lot better Disney Revival Age movie more than Strange World and Wreck-It Ralph 2. And honestly, I'm not saying that movie is bad, but that movie was meant at the same time. So fellas, that was my video about 20 years later. So are you going to see this film? If you're a huge fan of horror film, go ahead. I won't stop you because I'm not a horror movie hater anymore because, well, I used to back in 2021 and I don't have all that. Honestly, I have audacity to put Spiral for the Book of Saw as the worst movie ever. Like, come on, man. Come on, mate. Come on, old Nick. Have you not even seen Troyland? Troyland is way worse than Spiral with the Book of Saw. That movie was meh. Anyway, so I won't be seeing this movie in theaters because this film is coming out the same day as the original Pixar film. And you already know, honestly, you already know I am going to see. And yep, that's right. I'm going to see Ariel first. And then I'm going to see K-Pop Demon Hunter on Netflix. Well, depending, I get all the 2025 movie to watch, like the Disney Snow White remake, Minecraft movies, this movie, that movie, blah, 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 something like that. And of course, I gotta watch a bad film like Flight Risk. Got mostly on this all. So, if you're a huge fan of this franchise, if you're a huge fan of horror film, if you're a huge fan of Rage virus movie about a guy and all the people got a rage virus and killing people, I recommend you see it. I'm part of this film. It's going to be so much fun for the whole horror fan. Like a horror fan. And this is not a family film. Like, kids, I don't say kids, do me a favor. Don't even watch this movie because this movie is going to be brutal as heck. So do what you kids watch it. I do not want the kids to watch it because this film is dirty for kiddos. And kiddos, if you want to watch a way better movie on June 20th, just go watch a K-Pop Demon Hunter because that film is coming out for Netflix tomorrow. And instead of that, you can go see in theaters, you can go see a new Pixar film, not 28 years later, because this film is not kid-friendly. Wait, do you always think this scene is kid-friendly? No, of course not. You have a guy with a skeleton and skeleton nude. Yeah, please don't tell me that it's disgusting, and at this point, it's disgusting and disturbing at the same time. So, yeah. So, I can't disrespect this film because this film is made by Sony Jesus, right? Sony Picture Entertainment, more like Sony Jesus. Because Kaio's owned by Sony, so of course it's a Sony Jesus movie, right? Karate Kid Legend in this movie. And, of course, K-Pop Demon Hunter, and so, yeah. So, yeah, I'm part of this film is going to be Area at the box office, which I am seriously thinking of that because when you look at the box office for this movie, yeah, there's absolutely no way that this film is going to be like Elemental because at first Elemental was a flop, but that film is making the, that movie is making the, money back because of the Flash movie bomb, which thank God because I do not want to see Ezra Miller ever again, you criminal. So, yeah, just because Elemental earned some money on this box office back in 2023, that doesn't mean this film is going to be like, it's going to be like Elemental. No, part of this box office is going to be just as bad as Lightyear and maybe the original Toy Story film on the first weekend. So, I don't know, 10 to tell. Anyway, guys, so this is Nick Hicks Studio Lounge signing off, and guys, watch out. The Rage virus will come in and attack you guys, and you could be, yeah. If you watch this film, be prepared of the gruesome scene that you've ever seen, which is this movie right here. Yeah, I'm part of this film. It's going to be even brutal as much as Bring Her Back and Terrified movie, and even the Saw movie. And that proves my point, and you guys have a great morning.